Hello everyone, this is Sol Inferno, and I'm a magical essayist, a scholar of occultic lore, and I study esoteric practices. I purview the hidden and lost arts of the not-forbidden kind. Some things might be dangerous to try, and are not safe for life. It's scary but not dangerous to know of, like creepypastas. Despite my love of scientific method, none of the things I speak of can ever be directly proven with current technology. If you are involved in the occultic world, kindly run all the things you have learned here through your own channels and guides, and do not copy wholesale or practice and regurgitate without passing through your own filter. You will land yourself in trouble, and I'm not bailing you out. If you are not involved in the occultic world, it's a good world building for blood pumping dice roll. My lawyer agrees that this is all entertainment and is not meant to be taken too seriously. Half Moon, 30th May, year 2024. Today's topic is affinity, plants and animals. This does not refer to the cat distribution system or nature lovers who are hid in the woods. There is also a surprise announcement at the end. In the gaming side of things, these talents always seem to appear within the druids, elves, and fairies. More recently, it has begun to appear in mainstream media, but for support animals. There are a lot of overlaps between affinity, totems, familiars, and guides. As such, affinity itself is not a separate category, but rather an explanation, an expansion of knowledge. This does not come without a word of caution. Many people will claim spirit animals and pets as their best friend, fur baby, etc. However, no matter what your spirit animal is, respect the animal as an individual. They are born with a different social system. This is 75% warning and 25% fuck your fifis. Too many stories of people getting killed, mauled, eaten alive trying to touch bears. They have claimed spiritual affinity, spirit animals, spirit guides, a sign of gods, and so on. I'll spoil the surprise and call these people idiots, who get bears shot with their own stupidity. Whatever I have with spirituality, I am extremely against animal anthropomorphism. Again, respect them as individual creatures. Even a 5-minute Google front page ad stock sites of animal totems filled with merch sales does not tell you to jump a fence and leap on a wild horse. Look, I get it. If not friend, why friend-shaped? So what if they're friend-shaped? Are you some sort of emotional cripple that cannot fathom not touching, owning, and groping things you like? Shut the fuck up, admire them from a distance, and keep your grubby hands to yourself. One problem with mainstream spirituality is how easy it is to hide mental illnesses and emotional stability within its practices. Furthermore, it compounds itself, and people who go bonkers attract other loony whackers who form a cult, and then go up in flames, killing everyone and themselves. For those who are actually sane, reasonable, human beings that have reached adulthood, learned how to use their brain, and are interested in applying animal and plant affinity in their lives, here is a general know-how. First, Find out what your spirit animal or plant is. There are many available sites that will clean out your data cache quite nicely in exchange for generic questions, with limited stock profiles designed to fluff your fifis, telling you that you avoided the fate of being chosen as a Hufflepuff. Remember to protect yourself spiritually and physically. Clean out your cookies, search history, and store cache. Jump on private mode or incognito. Stick in the Raspberry Pi, go learn Linux, and homebrew your own antivirus and ad blocker. Then come back and watch this. Most quiz sites are made for easy access and very often contain simple answers. They are not meant for a serious approach towards spirituality. It is like getting a quiz to tell you what your astrology is based on likes and dislikes, ignoring the fact that there are legitimate mathematical data, space-flowing devices, and many more concrete, provable things. While some people believe that astrology is based on intuition, others believe that astrology is derived from stated anchors and dates. Guess which one I am? No prizes. There are no such formulas and algorithms for spirit animals or plants, so you are left with your own grid. Unfortunately, humans have a flaw to pick and choose what they want to see and hear. So while it may be counterintuitive, it is better if you find an alphabetical list, preferably your own culture for familiarity. Familiarity is comfy, and results in less panic attacks from indecisiveness. Too many fancy options can cripple, so don't feel so down if the humble earthworm shows up. For the earthworm chosen, I have a special message for you at the end. Identify who you are. Calm yourself, meditate, and unravel each quality you have. It might be hard to know which qualities to look for, or what is it that easily stands out from you. So take your time and write on a piece of paper. At the end of it, write down your dreams and aspirations for the future ahead. You must be truthful to yourself, and it might take a few painful lessons to identify and recognize your own vices, lies, and hope. Selection. When you are done, you can now read through and digest each entry on the list. Verify which resembles you the most, which you most want to become, and which you think you can learn from. There is no saying which fits better, and how long they might take. I recommend keeping a spirit work diary. Don't limit the number of words, keep writing as they flow. Repeating yourself in sentences is fine. Resist the urge to go back and check for grammar. Close the book, put it down, rest, and recharge. Leave it for more than a day if you need to. When you are ready, go through and redigest past experiences. In some practices, they believe that there is only one animal guide, one power animal, and one animal totem. Others believe that there are several. Then there are those who believe in the spirituality of plants, but not in plant familiars or plant spirit totems. I'm a little more flexible, and I don't really care. Whichever it is, spirituality is to help you discover and build yourself. If you can receive and expect from every single plant and every single animal, you are blatantly blessed. And good for you. It is unavoidable that people will change, and so will their needs. In some cases, there are rituals and to-dos in releasing or changing animal totems and such. Animal guides will usually greet you goodbye as they step back and allow another to take the stage and start your learning lessons anew. It is triggering for people with abandonment issues, but they need to realize that animal guides didn't commit spiritual seppuku. They are still out there somewhere. Not under the spotlight don't mean end of existence. Spirituality does not have the attention span of a Jurassic Park velociraptor. Dodging behind a counter does nothing to unexist spirit animals. Kids have played hide and seek, with nothing fatal happening to their guides. But if my words do stir your insecurities, you have a bigger problem than spiritual identification. And you should really invest in good therapies rather than an internet guy. Absorption. When you have selected your most suited animal guides, it is time to bring them closer. Keep in mind that you should absolutely enact any protection rituals you have and call on trusted guides to bring you to your totem or animal guide. Some guides will most certainly prod you in the butt cheeks with their claw should you forget about their existence for too long. Become closer to the creatures in a way that does not endanger actual living beings. You can have a cactus affinity and a thumb so black the spiny green cactus yeets itself out of your balcony to embrace sweet death on the streets below. Like always, spiritual don't mean physical. A crocodile is a crocodile, and I don't care if you're an Australian. It's a fucking crocodile. Mate, I'll get your demise. Oh, and I'm rooting for the croc to eat you. It's the circle of life. Other than scheduled meditations, you can absorb their qualities by slowly embodying their energy, a piece at a time. Do not do it too quickly, because you will throw yourself off balance, and it's a few weeks of calibration to get your energy right again. Channeling. Don't get obsessive with the aesthetics. That's how you get suckered into buying merch and gimmicks that rot in a corner when the novelty wears off. Aesthetic pleasure also provides a superficial comfort that makes people think they are much closer to the goal than they actually are. It's the part of human brain that feeds itself praises and rewards. You will have to feel yourself consuming their energy and feel it channeling through you. I can't narrate word for word how it feels, since different totems and guides have different feel to them. Some guides like tigers can lock you on your feet or curl around you, growling, purring even. Don't matter if tigers don't purr in real life. How the human brain translates metaphysical images can be vastly different from reality. That said, if the tiger starts repeating like a frog, there's something really wrong, and you should take a 2-week spiritual break. There are certain midpoint traits, but I am unwilling to review them, mainly because people are too inclined to lie to themselves. I have seen many that are so desperate to reach new heights that they try to hurry a slow spirit and brainwash themselves into thinking that they feel the special feeling and are past the boundaries. This never pans well. Practice. Schedule a routine of absorption, channeling, and rest. It's best if you merge these moments with personal rituals. Songbird chosen can sing in the showers. Sloths can sleep with meditative music playing in the background. Tigers can make weekly basketball practice jumps and pump that fierce energy through. It is only as limited as your imagination allows. Another caution is that hormones in the nutrition levels play a part in how the body feels. For those unexpecting of their body's changes, it can feel like spiritual improvement, when it's the exercise that's pumping the sweet, feel-good hormones. Never underestimate the brain rewarding a refreshing exercise. Many times, people who get fiercer creatures like lions and bulls try to bring themselves closer by taking on more exercise. All I can say is stay hydrated and research on safe exercise forms. Twisted ankles does spirituality no favors. It is up to you to bring yourself to the end of this journey in one piece. Bonus information. In my other videos, I have mentioned how places can also have spiritual signatures. For the general public, I will say that this is somewhat more advanced. To have a region as a spirit guide, no matter how isolated or integrated, is not for the faint-hearted. Usually, it is only rulers, priesthood, or elders who do so. Know that if you try this in a highly populated place like a city, it is equivalent to absorbing all the negativity, fracturing relationships, and conflicts into your own spirits. Tribe elders do not do this lightly. Heck, even kings and emperors with divine blood have suffered consequences of trying to imprint every spiritual aspect through creatures and things into them. Do not try this at home, and I'm serious. Surprise announcement. You are reaching the end of this video, and for real, I might make my new moon thing a breaker card. I use tarot decks privately, and I have a few common animal guides in deck. I can set out all of them and allow the public to pick up the decks from the back. Then I explain and advise. An extra tidbit is that you should definitely consume as diverse of information as possible. Add those crinkles to your brain, flex your imagination, and have a great day. Earthworm surprise. Earthworms are actually highly invasive. Often flies under the radar because it is so unseeming. They can get trafficked across countries very easily because it's so small and high in soil as well. Plus, for those who have green thumbs, we have long been taught that earthworms are friends. I'm not saying that they're not. But you should be clear that non-native creatures aren't friends. If you live in North America, there are no native earthworms. The latest studies have stated that North American earthworms were wiped out during the last glacial age. The current earthworms we see in North America are likely European and Asian in origin. They do their natural earthworm stuff of softening the topsoil and breaking down organic matter quickly. Too quickly, as native trees cannot keep up with the changing landscape and lose their rooting anchors, making them more susceptible to falling down after a huge rain. The softer, more porous soil also makes the tree roots vulnerable to scavengers and digging animals. Just like oyster mushrooms, a symbiotic or mutualistic species can quickly become invasive or parasitic when the conditions are changed, or when they're introduced to new areas without defenses against them. If you are getting earthworm in North America, something beneficial have gone out of whack, and it is severely damaging old foundations you cannot afford to lose.